Good evening. I hope all is doing good. I just wanted to come on real quick and just say I am so glad, finally, Judge Glanfield was bipartisan today. He was unbiased. Lord, I said bipartisan. He was unbiased. That just made my day, for real, because it's needed. Nah, I almost hated to say something because I don't, you know, but it is what it is. I take it for what it's worth. He was very unbiased today. He did a just ruling. So I could only come back and give credit and honor where it's due because I tend to, I talked about that a lot, during my video uploads. So that was one of the things that I most definitely just wanted to say really quick. And in addition to that, what else? I still don't understand though. They're still gonna bring Mr. Thomas in just to ask him about his relationships. Um, his relationships to individuals, and I guess it'll be kind of like how they had to do um, Donovan Thomas' mom when she got up there, and I guess just ask certain questions. But yeah, I still feel the same way about that case all the time. It's just the bottom line of you can't do an investigation during trial. You have to do a thorough investigation and then have trial. And that's just what it is. That's what I'm seeing. You know, even today, it's the same things. It's like people on the witness list. You don't have them. Did they agree to be on the witness list? But you just put their names on there. They're not even coming to testify on behalf of anything, but you using their name. That's just crazy. I don't know. But anyways, I wish all the best in that situation. I zoomed in and out of that courtroom today, and I observed how they was questioning the investigator. He was responsible for gathering, all the video footages and everything, and then the internet stopped working or something. But it came up again during the motion hearing. But yeah, it was out, and so his testimony had to be cut short, and I don't think he's coming back until Friday. They was, asking him questions about his basic experience, so on and so forth. But I wanted to know what happened to the crime scene investigator. Like what his basic training consisted of and everything, because it was a lot of things that which he did give a little background to it, but when it came to that evidence being on the front seat, and like he said, when he came on the scene, the evidence was already on the front seat, so he's not sure exactly where it was, and I already covered that. And I want to know, like, from his basic school, did they teach him anything like, a crime scene has to be left exactly how it was, or should things be moved? Um, Cause that would be kind of like basic, but I don't, you know, that was just about the only thing I saw. Judge McAfee having court today as well, and just I didn't watch the whole thing of that, but I did see that the argument was kind of, or during the motion hearing was the argument was, how do you define a public official? Should a public official only be noted or defined under, a government agency? But then during that argument, I thought about how, a poll worker is. a poll worker, but at the same time, they still handling elections. So if they get caught doing something they're not supposed to do with votes and everything, they're gonna be charged with that. Because that has something to do with the government's work at the same time. But yeah, that was yeah, they could still be charged. They like, I don't know what that will fall under though, but they poll workers, they're working for the election. So I think that the state had a good argument. Yeah, I didn't go back to see what Judge McAfee ruled on that particular case, but that was a good argument by the state. They did make a very good point. The defense started out with that definition, and when you, I'll tell you, the defense was trying to fight hard about that definition, but they was able to, the state was able to prove when the word was actually defined, public official, you know in regards to when that statute was passed. So they knew exactly what a public official is, and as the state argued, it's really not hard to know what a public official is, or a government or a federal official is, and so on and so forth. But hey, you know, you gotta fight. You gotta fight for it. But it just gotta make sense, cause anyone, whether it's pro or con, either way it go, it's gotta make sense, because people are always gonna find something to turn something into. Just like, but as long as you the truth, it's always gonna be the truth, no matter how many times they try to flip it, turn it around, and reverse it. Like I always try to tell you, all you gotta do is stay true, and everything else will fall in place. It'll be all right. Yeah. But that's all I really wanted to come on and say. I ain't really have too much to say at all. I just wanted to come on and say that I am glad that he finally made a judgment in truth, for real, and it was unbiased. And I think, and as a judge, you have to be that way. No matter how much you like someone, so on and so forth. I've said that over and over again, so I'm not even gonna say that anymore. But most definitely, that's just what it is. Yeah. So that's good. And I just hope that the innocent in that situation, which I truly do believe that all that this case is against, is truly innocent. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't say that. And this could have actually been a case if it was investigated properly and thoroughly. I heard them say Mr. Donovan Thomas Sr. could acknowledge that Brian Williams and his son was having an altercation. But then again, you got Mr. Brian Williams on your witness list. How is that? That don't even make sense. How is he on your witness list, but then the witness that you bring it in, he's supposed to be the problem? So what was he going to testify to? What was Mr. Williams going to testify to? That's why I said they didn't know. I believe, in my opinion, I believe that they didn't know which way to go with this. It was just whatever sticks, that's what it's going to be. Making up narratives as it go. Because you've talked about, several situations. Now you down to this situation. And all the situations that's been discussed, nobody has been proven guilty of it. So, like I said, if it was a thorough investigation, it could have made sense by now. if that's, you know, if that was your initial focus or something. But I don't know. It's the way it's set up for me, and nothing is being made up or nothing. This is the evidence that they have presented. So, and it makes me wonder if you had Mr. Carter on the witness list, you had Mr. Williams on your witness list. They probably, it seems to me, don't even know about it, maybe, or did not agree to be a witness. And it just seems to me that some just something just not right. I don't know. And if Mr. Thomas Sr. is going to give this information to you, and I mean, if he gave this information to you, how did you not? How is Mr. Williams not in accord with YSL? I don't get it. It's like you just picked Mr. Williams and some associates and threw it all on them when it looked like it just had something to do. You keep naming this one person, but this one person on your witness list and not what in the indictment? What kind of stuff is that? This is crazy. So we'll see how this plays out. Talk about a soap opera for real. That's like, whoa. That I've been trying to make that make sense because everything keep pointing to Mr. Williams, aka Birdman, but he ain't indicted on nothing. But he on the witness list. That's crazy. But anyways, I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. I'm gonna check out my colleague for sure and see what my colleague has to say about this and what all went on. For an accurate recap, those are just little parts that I tuned into because you could literally just do that, just walk away and come back and you know then get the main point sometimes. So we'll see where it goes at the end of the day, but most definitely, yeah, wow, it's so much that I'm not going to say right now that I just all this being persecuted for no reason and being suppressed and oppressed for no reason. Just really try to hang in there, keep trying to be positive and know that this shall pass too. That's what we're hoping, that this shall pass too. And just know no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Just hold on to that. Sometimes they get old. You get tired of saying it. You get tired of believing it. But just hang in there, for what it's worth. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that. Let's see. Yeah, that's all that I'm going to really get into. As I was saying, yeah, you probably won't see me until August after this, but that was so good to me. I had to most definitely say something about it for sure because, yeah, I am very glad Glenville finally did it, you know. But he's still allowing him to come to give relevance to relationship. And Miss Hilton has to really tread out carefully tomorrow because it's just only so much she can ask. I wonder how, well, we'll see how it plays out for sure. But have a good night and stay true in all you do. And what else I want to say? Yeah. Stay true in all you do and don't let the wicked reverse you on you. But if you true, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Period.